think we should mention Cass's win against
definitely
Wakefield, because that was one of the surprises of the surprise of the round and one of the surprises of the season, I think. And Cass have had an awful year, a really poor year. They've been a poor team for most of it. They've had some turmoil with the change of coach and everything, but they got it right on Friday and played really well, and I thought they were deserved winners. And it was nice for Chris Chester, who I don't think has been on the winning side in that derby. I think when he was at Wakefield, he didn't win any against Cass, and now it's flipped round, and it would have meant a lot to him, I think, and just given him an indication that maybe the things aren't as grim as they seem at Castleford. Obviously, there's going to be big changes there, but the atmosphere in the stadium, the noise, and the way the fans got behind Castleford in that second half, I think it's a good sign for them for the future.
Yeah, I got the feeling, listening to him speak after the league game last week, and then pre-match as well, I got the feeling that he'd sort of given up hope on this group of players, just in terms of him saying, I don't know what to say to this team anymore, and I don't know how to get the best out of them. I think they brought in Graham Steadman as well pre-match. I think that sort of hammered home what this game means.
Yeah, he spoke to the players pre-match, and it's interesting what he's saying about Chris Chester, but he doesn't want to be the coach. He said quite consistently, days of coaching are over. He doesn't want to be in this sort of situation again. Obviously, he did well at Wakefield right up until sort of the end of his time there, and it's just not what he wants to do anymore. He wants to be a director of rugby and to be involved in recruitment and sourcing players and that sort of thing. That's what he feels he's good at now. But even so, he's taken this job on reluctantly, and I think it was a positive for him to get a win towards the end of it, because I think they're going to struggle in the last two games of the season. But what you're saying about him maybe feeling not sure what he can do with his squad, he's not really made any secret of that. There's going to be a lot of changes over the off season, and players who are contracted are going to leave. When that's known, it's tough for the players as well, isn't it? It's pretty hard to go out and give your best maybe when the coach has said, or the guy in charge has said, we don't want you next year. That said, they're playing for contracts elsewhere, and they are professionals. Just looking at that performance the other night, you just wonder where it's been for the rest of the season, because I was there when Leeds put 60 points on them a few weeks ago, and they were shocking, Castleford. Totally different the other night with, you might say, arguably not as strong a side. So I think the players need to look at themselves as well and ask them, look in the mirror and say, well, why haven't we played like this every week?